This tutorial today is about the 5 different angle relationships that we're really going to need to know in this unit. We've got a lot of vocabulary, and all of our vocabulary for this unit is already on Quizlet, so feel free to review it there. All right, if you take a look at this picture, you can see that we have 3 different lines. I've named these lines line T, line L, and line M. And there's a very special name for line T that's going to be very important, and our first important word. It's called our transversal. A transversal is a line that intersects 2 coplanar lines at 2 distinct points. So you can see where it intersects line L and line M. All right, before we get into our angle relationships, we're going to need to review some vocabulary. So first is the word interior. You might associate that with interior design, someone who designs the inside of houses or rooms in your home. Or you could even think of the prefix int, as in your internal organs. They're on the inside. So when I talk about the interior, I'm going to be in this situation talking about between lines L and M, which leaves us with the exterior, which will be on the outside. So you could think of external, the outside. We're going to be talking about things that are outside of lines L and M. And I forgot to label lines L and M, I'm just realizing, but line L, line M. Okay, our first angle relationship. Remember, these are relationships. So angles can't be in a relationship with themselves. We have to have 2 angles to have an angle relationship. So our first angle relationship is same side interior angles. So I drew lines to show again where the interior is in this picture. Same side interior angles are 2 angles that lie on the same side of the transversal between L and M. So I can see 5 and 7 are both to the right of this transversal, and then so they're on the same side, they're on the right side, and they're in the interior. Angles 6 and 8 are also same side interior angles to each other. However, it would be incorrect to say that angles 6 and 5 or 8 and 7 or 8 and 5 are same side interior angles. So 5 and 7, 6 and 8 for this example. You may have already noticed that the numbering of the angles in each example is going to be different, and this is so that we really focus on the location of these angles in the relationship and not just memorizing a pattern between the way they're numbered. Okay. Alternate interior angles. So we're still talking about angles on the interior, but unlike our same side interior, our alternate interior angles are going to be on alternate sides of the transversal. So 1 angle from the left, 1 angle from the right. Also, they must be non-adjacent angles. So non-adjacent means, for example, they can't be angles 1 and 3. Angles 1 and 3, although they lie on opposite or alternate sides of the transversal, they're adjacent angles. They're not alternate interior. So we could say that angles 1 and 6, as well as 3 and 7, are alternate interior angles. All right, if you understood the first 2, these next 2 should be pretty easy because they're really similar. We have same side exterior angles. So like same side interior angles, our same side exterior angles are on the same side of the transversal, but these are outside of lines L and M. So angles 4 and 8, as well as 2 and 7, are same side exterior angles. We cannot say that 4, 8, 2, and 7 are all same side exterior angles. Remember, we're talking about the way 2 angles are related. So then we have our alternate exterior angles. I bet you used some inductive reasoning to figure out that that was next. Alternate exterior angles, similar to alternate interior angles, have to be an alternate or opposite sides of the transversal. So we can see angle 6 is on the right side of the transversal, angle 5 on the left side of the transversal. Okay, these have to be non-adjacent, and again, they're on the outside. So 6 and 5 are alternate exterior, 4 and 3 are alternate exterior. Then the last one that we have are corresponding angles. Again, this is a relationship between two angles. However, in this case, we're going to have 4 pairs of corresponding angles. So corresponding angles are angles that lie on the same side of the transversal and in corresponding positions relative to lines L and M. So I could think of angles 7 and 6 both being in the top left. If I just look at the angles formed by the transversal and line L, I can see that angle 7 is the top left angle. If I just look at the angles formed by the transversal and line M, I can see that angle 6 is the top left. So I could think of them as having the same relative corresponding position. Therefore, 2 and 4 are also corresponding. They're both in the top right position. Angles 3 and 1 are corresponding. They're in the bottom left. And angles 8 and 5 are corresponding in the bottom right. All right, you have a vocabulary task to do that goes with your note sheet. Please complete that and bring it to our next class.